Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Alan. I need to get one of these trailers put together right quick. It's the bolt together iron ton trailer kits that you can get at Northern Tool. It's the same one as the red one at Harbor Freight. But this is the foldable trailer and I don't need it to fold. So what I'm going to do is weld it all up solid. These are the side pieces. I'm going to cut those down. I got rained on a little bit. But I'm going to cut those down and weld them to the other ones. There's 4 of these side pieces. I'm just going to cut what I need out of one to make the other 2 longer. Using this Evolution chop saw. It cuts through this stuff pretty good. A lot quicker than trying to use a torch or a plasma. It's got all that paint on it, or powder coating, whatever it is. And with a torch, you'd have to burn all it off to put a line on it. Or you just keep burning your line off. I'm just lining it up on a piece of tubing so I can keep it pretty straight. And these, when I get them welded together, these will be the side runners now. I'm just, like I say, making them to the length I want. And this trailer is for smoking. I mean, you could have bolted it together. Well, not this one, because like I say, it's the foldable one. So you have to modify this one if you're using it. And here I'm just kind of notching out the corners, because I'm going to fit it up to where it'll sit flat on the top. Wherever you weld it, you got to make sure you get all that paint away from it. Because I mean, it still seems to pull it out. Even if you leave it on the bottom, it still seems to pull up through the steel. And that's them just notched out. Just getting the floor of it started, the frame. Get the ends put on and get it all squared up, and then get the middle parts put in. Squaring it can be the hardest part sometimes. All right, a couple quick tips if you're wanting to do a trailer frame like this. One of these iron tons or the Harbor Freight ones, they're the same kit. They're just different colors. But a couple quick tips if you wanted to do it. This is what you're going to end up with if you fit it like this. You don't have to fit that thing in there. That channel will sit inside there. It comes with bolts if you want to use the bolts. I'm not using the bolts. But this is a slightly smaller channel than this one is. So if you fit it in like that, you're going to have this gap down at the bottom of it. And that's a pretty good gap. Now, I mean, you can leave it there because by the time it's welded, it'll be welded all the way around and back up. This is probably not going to hurt nothing. But what I'm going to do is put a piece of 1/4 inch in there, cut them down to fit inside there, and that way I can just run the weld all the way across too. That's going to be the best option. And you're going to have that on all corners. On the inside ones that I'm fixing to put in, I'm not going to worry about it on those, just on the back and the front, because there'll still be 3 or 4 inside here. Another quick tip, if you're fitting it in like that, these are the inside channels. Make sure you take a hammer and tap this part in, because it's bowed out slightly, and if you're using the bolts, it'll pull it in when you're doing it. But make sure you tap it in and you'll get a tighter fit on this side right here. If not, you end up with a pretty good gap right there, and it's going to make it harder to square because they're all bent a little bit slightly different. So just tap that in until you can get it in there, and it'll fit up a whole lot better. All right, I got it sitting here pretty much square. One more quick tip that I meant to share with you. You see when I welded these together, the inside weld is going to stay. It's gonna stay in there. This outside, this is gonna grind off. The bottom one's already off. This right here hasn't been welded. A good tip is after you weld everything else while it's still clamped down, and then it cools off before I pull it up. Groove this, don't weld that yet until you get everything put together, because this is gonna cause it to pull. Even with all that other weld, it's still gonna try to pull a little bit. If you wait until it's all together and then groove this part and weld it in, it'll do a whole lot better. It won't cause that curve in it. But anyway, I'm gonna get these things put in here. I got it sitting fairly square. You're gonna have to check the square a lot as you go. And I see I already put the thing, I started it upside down, but it's not gonna matter for me because everything's getting welded on. So I still gotta flip it. This is actually the top part, and that gap will be on the bottom, because this right here is where the plate's gonna sit, on this top part. That's the only reason I'm fitting it in, because there's a piece of 16 gauge plate that sits there, and it just sits a lot better. So anyway, let's get back to it. Getting these middle pieces put in. Some of these will have gussets in them where the weight of the smoker's sitting. It may not need it, but no reason not to. There's actually still a couple more of these brackets that I just don't put in there. Just don't need that many of them. I got them kind of piling up around here because I do these trailers like this quite a bit. That paint is a mess. I'm telling you, it's some kind of powder coating, I guess. You don't want to breathe a lot of that when you're welding it. It'll make your belly hurt. All right, I got it welded up and flipped upside down. Now I'm gonna start getting the wheel mounts and everything on there. These are the wheel mounts that come with it, and we're still gonna use them. It's just I don't need this part anymore, so I'm gonna cut that off of there on both of them, and then get those lined up on it. You could take the whole piece off if you wanted to. You don't need it, and just keep this part, or even make new ears for it if you wanted to. But it's already there, and just got to cut those pieces off. Then we'll get those put on, and then that'll be the leaf springs and everything right there, and then we'll get the neck put onto it too. This is just a part that's used when it's made into the foldable trailer like it's supposed to be. I actually never made one foldable, so I'm not even sure what that part does. These are set to where the wheel, they're set to where the wheel will be about 24 inches to the center from the back. And that's not a set thing. This is just, like I say, I've done this trailer a few times, and I know the weight sits pretty good like that. These are the gussets going in there. I only put them where the weight's sitting at, on the front and on the back. Trying to wave that smoke away. I'm telling you, it smells bad. Here I made the neck a little longer. That's what that piece is I'm welding. I actually put it all together before I set it on there so it would be longer. I just wanted that neck to sit out more. I'm getting rid of more paint. If I could get this kit in an unfinished bare metal version, I would get that. Be a lot easier. It's best to burn. I found it's easier to burn that paint off with a torch first and then come back with a good wire wheel or something. It does better. It's easier than using that grinder or using the grinding rock on it. Then just getting the leaf springs put on, then get the axle and the wheels put on. Pretty much done with it now, once I get it flipped off the table. There's a few spots on the other side that I'll have to weld. Then after that, I'll just be setting the smoker on it and starting to build everything onto it. Cap don't want to come off of there. That's pretty much it. Once I get these wheels on, I'll flip it off. I'll come back with a video of the smoker trailer whenever I got it done. And that'll do it. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe, and y'all come back for the next one. I'll get a video up as soon as I got that smoker done on it.